Hey guys, let's make a game called Catch the Clown. This is probably your first GameMaker game. The idea of it is that there's going to be a clown or whatever you want it to be bouncing around the screen, and each time you click on it, you'll get some points. But also, when you click on it, it will warp to a random location, and it will keep bouncing around again, and it will also get faster. So the idea is the clown will keep getting faster and faster, and you'll try and click on it and get as many points as you can. First thing I'm going to do here is just save my file here. So I've opened up GameMaker, and I'll do a save, and I'll go ahead and save my game to the desktop. I'll call it Catch the Clown, and then my name. Now, one thing that you'll notice, I'll go ahead and close GameMaker here. And here's my file that I just saved, Catch the Clown. And if I double click on that, it will not know how to open it. Doesn't know. What I've got to do is instead, I need to open GameMaker. And then go to File, Open, and open it up that way. That's something that will definitely come up if you work on this game over multiple sessions and close it out. So I just wanted to catch that right off the bat. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is make some sprites. Sprites are just the images in your game, and we need just a couple of them. I'm going to click on the little Pac-Man here to create a sprite. And I'm going to call it Clown. Actually, I'll call it SPR_Clown, just so we know that it's a sprite and its name is Clown. I'm going to load a sprite, and by default, it will go to GameMaker Sprites folder where I've already put a clown that you can use. He's kind of creepy looking. We'll go Open, and there he is. The rest of these settings are just fine. I can press OK, and I can see my clown right there. These little folders can expand and contract. If you open up your game later, you'll find that the folders are all closed up, and you might think, oh, where did all my stuff go? You just need to click on the plus, and there it is. Okay, we need to load up one more sprite, so I'm going to click on this little Pac-Man again. And we're going to do SPR_wall. This will be the walls that the clown bounces off of. I'm going to load sprite and choose the wall. Here's our wall, and you'll notice that it fills up an entire square. We actually want to tell it not to be transparent. If we were to do transparent, it would try to cut out what it thinks is the background, but this has no background. It takes up the full square of the sprite, so we don't want it to be transparent. Okay, so we've got our clown, we've got our wall. I'm also going to load up a background, just a larger image to use in the background. So I'll click on this thing that looks like a painting. I'll call it Clown Background. And you can choose whichever one of these you like. Maybe I'll choose this one. Okay. We'll also need a few sounds to use in this game, so I'll click on the speaker. First one will be called Click, and I'll load it up. There it is. It should already be in your folder too. Okay. I want another sound for when the clown bounces against a wall, so I will use this one called Bounce. I'll call it Bounce. And I'll use one more. We'll have some music in our game, and I'll load up music here. Okay, so I've loaded up all the files I'm going to need for this game, but so far the game doesn't do anything. I need to start setting up the game. So I have pictures, I have sounds, I've got backgrounds. Next I'm going to use a room. A room you can think of like a level. You're setting up what it's going to look like when someone is playing the game. And that is this one that looks like just a white rectangle here. I'm going to create a room. And if I expand this out a bit, you can see the full area of the room here. And what I want to do is make a room with walls around the edges and the clown in the middle. So I want to make sure I'm on the Objects tab here. And I'm going to choose... Oh, I don't have any objects to add. Ooh, back up a second. I skipped a step. We don't have an object. An object is this blue ball. And the object takes a picture and adds code to it. So I'm going to do obj for object underscore clown. I'm going to tell it to use the clown sprite. And I'll come back to this for the code, but I'll press OK for now. I'm going to make another object. Click on the blue ball. obj underscore wall. I'm going to give it the wall sprite. Press OK again. So I've got my two objects now. Now I can go back to my room. Aha! Now I have objects that I can add to the room. Okay, let's start with walls. And you can just go around the edge here and add walls. I'll pause for a second while I add all these walls. Okay, I've added all the walls around the outside, but I accidentally put a wall in the middle here. I just wanted to show you that you can right-click on things to get rid of them if you accidentally place them somewhere. Okay, so we've got our walls. We also need to put our clown in here. All right, cool, we've got a clown. And I'll press the check mark. Actually, no, let's give it our background first. I'm going to go to the Backgrounds tab, choose this one, and there we go. There's our background. Now I'll press the check mark, and now he can actually see what the game is going to look like. To test your game, you click on the green Run the Game button here, and we'll load up. And you might see a little flashing thing down here at the bottom that says, it needs some feature here. Just tell it skip or hit the X. And it works anyways. I don't know why it does that. Okay, here's our game. And it's looking pretty nice how we want it to, but it's not doing anything, and that's because we haven't given it any code yet. But so far it looks good. We'll X out. Here we are back in our game. We need to give our object some properties, some code in other words. Now, you can code in GameMaker with things called events and actions. You can also write like code line by line, and that's something I'll show you guys later, but just know that that is available. The more adult form of coding, professional, maybe we'll call it. Okay, so the first thing I want to have happen is I want my clown to start moving around the screen. So I'm going to add an event, and I'm going to choose Create. And the Create event is what we want to happen at the beginning of the game. What is this thing going to start out doing? And I'm going to choose from here. So these different tabs have different things that you can have your objects do. And I'm going to choose the Move one. And I'm going to choose multiple directions here. I'm actually going to choose all these outside directions. And what that means is it's going to randomly choose one of those. I will give it a speed. Let's start it out as 3. And we're going to leave everything else the same. Press OK here. That's going to start it moving in a direction. Then I'm going to add a new event. And I'm going to choose Collision. And I'm going to choose when it collides with the wall. Oops, with the wall. There we go. So right now what that means is the clown is colliding with the wall. What happens when it hits the wall? Well, should it stop? Should it go through the wall? Or should it bounce off? I think it should bounce off. And there's actually a thing for that right here, bounce. Leave these just exactly how they are. And press OK. Let's run our game and see how it's working so far. Again, we'll skip that. And here it goes. Oh no, it went right through the wall. I did that on purpose. I knew that was going to happen. I wanted to show you what could happen. Why did it go through the wall? Well, there's something that we didn't do here. We got to go into our wall object and make it solid here. Press OK. You'll notice that when we use this bounce against objects here, we said against solid objects. Okay, let's try it out again, make sure it works. Here it goes. Bounce. Okay, clown is bouncing around. Good. Our game's pretty quiet. Let's add a sound in here for when it bounces against a wall. Go to the second tab here, grab this play sound one, and we will tell it to play the bounce sound. We don't want it to loop. We don't want it to keep playing. We just want it to play once. Press OK. Okay, so it'll bounce. It'll play a noise. We need another thing. We need what happens when you click on the clown. That's our goal here. So when you click with the mouse on the clown, let's say with the left button. So when you left button click on the clown, we want to do a few things. First thing we want to do is have the clown jump to a random position. And we'll just leave it exactly how it is. We also want to play a sound, our click sound. And finally, we should give the player some points. We should go down to the third to last tab, bring in this one, set score. And we're going to, let's say, give them 10 points. We'll press OK. We also want the clown to choose a new direction. So I'm going to put this one in again, have it randomly choose one of these directions. And for the speed, I'm actually going to put 0.5 and relative. You'll remember that we put 3 here and not relative. Why the difference? Well, 3 is what it starts at. What this means here is that it's going to increase it by 0.5. So whatever it was, it's going to be 0.5 more than that, relative to it. So relative adds on to what it already is. Let's give it a try again. Okay, clown's moving around, plays a sound when it hits the wall. Ooh, plays a different sound, gave us points, and changed its direction. Here it goes, and it's getting faster each time. This is good, but you guys might notice a problem here. Our score keeps staying at 10. I did this on purpose again, because this is a really common mistake. I need to go in here. When I click on the clown, we need to make that relative so that it adds 10 points to our score each time. It doesn't just set it to 10. Cool. Finally, we need to use our last sound here. For better or worse, I just want to show you guys how to do it. we're going to have it at the start of the game, when the game's created, start playing the music, and the music should loop. So it continuously plays. Now, okay, the music is kind of annoying, so I'm going to turn my sound down here. You could make a much less annoying song with maybe SongMaker or Audacity or something like that. All right, let's give this game a try here. While it's playing the music, clown's bouncing around. I click on the clown, and it's adding 10 points every time and getting a little bit faster. Congratulations, you've just made your first GameMaker game.